All right, good morning. Good morning. What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Good morning, Dustin Sharp. Good morning. Let's try to do this. DJNYCEN. What's up? All right, I took a short already in this descending channel for about, I don't know, 40 points here from 70 all the way down to 37. We're right at this pivot point. Now the question is, obviously we're in a descending pattern. I'm not looking to long unless the bulls really bounce this hard today. Otherwise, I'm looking for a short setup. Yesterday's close was not yesterday, Friday's close or settlement is all the way up at 110. So there could be a quick push up to 110 for rejection for continuation to the downside. Or if the bulls are really going to say this is it, 25,000, we're going to build a base here and now rally to the moon. Let's see. But 4-hour structure has broken to the downside. They have been respecting this channel to the downside. Like I said, I took a momentum short off of this candle right here all the way down, targeting that pivot point and got out around 27. So I'm already in the green. I can chill out for a little bit until we got pretty close to the pivot point, but we bounced. So the pivot point right now is at 25,000, 25,005, that area. We've already tested it once. We attempted to test it the second time, so potential double bottom, but that's a lower time frame. That's only the 1 minute. So if they start pushing up out of this channel, I could see a test of settlement or Friday's close around 110. And then the question becomes, are they going to come right back down for to flush 25,000? In other words, price potentially below 25,000 today, or is that it? Buy the dip. So that's the question of today: buy the dip or continuation. Right now, it's looking like continuation. That doesn't mean they can't rip up and then flush it. So I'm going to be patient. Like I said, I already got a short for about 40 points here at 72 down to about 30, right around 30. So let's see what happens. Now, they've been playing that channel, right? So even after my short, they brought it right back up to the top of the channel, flushed it right back down to the bottom of that channel. Now the question is, how long? How is this channel overextended where you might see a potential break and a hold to the upside? I'm not going to guess it. I'm going to watch for a little bit. So we'll see. Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Hope you guys good luck. Let's take a look at financial juice. Is there any news today? All right, looks like at least on financial juice, no news today. We got some Fed speakers going on right now as we speak. I'm in Arizona, so these times are 2 hours behind New York Eastern. Other than that, we got some yellow folder on the yields and bonds, all that good stuff. So nothing big in terms of news for today's session. What I'm watching for is respecting this descending channel. As you can see, I already took a short for about 40 points here, so I'm in the green. I didn't trade last night. This is my first trade this week, and I'm watching a potential. Now, if they flush this pivot point, it's going to get ugly to the downside. It's I don't want to short before the open, but if they use this top of this candle to the top of this channel to flush, ooh, that's going to get nasty to the downside. So patience is a virtue. That's another 30-point flush. That would be 1, 2, 3 attempts to flush below that blue line, which is the pivot point at 25,000. So bears looking to uh, get below 25,000 today. Bulls trying to hold this for a potential bounce. So is it buy the dip or continuation is the question. We got 5 minutes, 5 minutes for the news. We're right in the middle of that descending channel. Are they going to use this now for a potential rip up? Let's see. Gonna have to be patient. Or are they just going to flush right at the open and potentially go below 25,000? Christopher Sazak, good morning, sir. Coming down hard. Looks like the Bears are going to win tonight or today. Freddie, what's up, brother? So again, I've been watching this channel for about the last hour. I finally took a short on this momentum candle, and I already got 40 points on this short with one mini, so I'm up already. Then they brought it right back up to the top of that channel, brought it right back down to the bottom of that channel, bought right back up to the top of the channel, and now the question is, we got a pivot point at 25,000, between 25,000 and 25,005. Are they going to flush below 25,000? Looks like it. Freddie took a short on gold. Nice. So I'm watching NQ. If they start breaking below this, then I guess what's going to happen is during the open, if they flush before the open, I could see it come down to this 4-hour level, 76, come back and test that pivot point and potential continuation to the downside. Now, if they use 25,000 as the launch pad, they can exaggerate this. They can come down to 70, 60, and then bounce. So it's going to be tricky. All right, here they go. They're breaking. They're breaking before the market opens. There's the break below 25,000. They're attempting to break right now. Watch this 4-hour level, 81. See if they exaggerate the flush below the pivot point. If they do hold down there, then forget it. We're looking for shorts today. As much as I want to be a contrarian trader and play the bounce, it ain't looking pretty. That's 4-hour structure being broken right now as we speak. So pretty bearish sentiment right now. All right. Two minutes for the open. Good luck, everybody. Again, I'm going to follow trend and try to look for a short unless the bulls really rally above Friday's close, which is 110. They would have to push and hold above this for me to long. Otherwise, I could see a quick push up to test for the gap fill down, what is it, 110 potentially around here, and then a pullback. So a couple of options. I already took a 40-point short here, right around 70 down to about 27. So I'm in the green. I don't need to rush it. All right, let's go. 15 seconds. Good luck. And 3, 2, 1. Market is open. All right, let's watch again this 4-hour level. It's this magenta line that I got drawn here. Blue line is the pivot point. They are attempting to flush that pivot point as we speak. That's 25,000. Can they keep price below 25,000, or are the bulls going to push this up first? Christopher, yeah, man. Can you believe I already took a short following trend? Look at that. I took a short on a momentum candle to the downside and got 40 points. Can you believe that? All right, here we go. We're flushing below that 76. That's the 4-hour level that I talked about. On Friday, we did bounce at a 4-hour level. I'm sorry, Thursday. I didn't trade Friday, or at least not the open. All right, here they go. They're flushing it. They're keeping it below 25,000. They flushed that pivot point. They just flushed a 4-hour level. So this is looking like downtown. I got a lag on my Quan Tower, so I'm gonna have to wait. Nico, what's up, brother? I have lag on my Quan Tower, so all right. So here's the 4-hour level we talked about on Thursday. They bounced one of my magenta levels. It looks like they're doing that again today. We talked about those 4-hour levels, but I'm still not playing no bounce. I think I'm looking for a short today. Let's see. Now my Quan Tower is lagging for the last couple of days. The open, I gotta wait almost 2-3 minutes before I get price to be in real time. I'm not liking that about Rhythmic right now. Still lagging, so my price action right now is wrong. Nico, first straight on NQ, 180 points. There you go. Nicely done, brother. All right, so the good thing is it looks like this 4-hour level held. I talked about that 76 area. Because of the momentum to the downside, I'm not playing bounces right now, but look at that magenta level holding to the T. They've pushed up now all the way up to 60. I can see 60 on TradingView, but my Quant Tower is still behind. It's still lagging. So don't look at the pricing on my chart. I am still lagging. Wow. All right, 100-point bounce at that 4-hour level at 975, 970 area. They bounced that level to the T. And now they're breaking out of this descending channel. So I don't buy it yet. I think this is still a pullback. But let's see if the bulls really want to bounce it from here. And it's by the dip day. Bulls are short squeezing. That's a 100-point bounce right there at 970. Let's bring in the 15-minute opening range just so we can monitor. There we go. Alexa, alarm for 6:43. Actually, it's not 6:43. Alexa, alarm for 7:43 a.m. Yes, 7:43 a.m. All right, my Quant Tower is still lagging. I'm showing price at 60, but I can see on TradingView that it's already at 90. What a bounce. What a bounce at that 4-hour level. Nico, yeah, man, it's unfortunate. I couldn't trade on Friday. I took a day trip with the family to Sedona, and it's funny. I stopped after a hike. I'm literally at the bottom of a mountain, and I'm checking my position, and I was down to like 220. So I call PR77. I call Jesse James, and I'm on my phone and I couldn't. I don't have a laptop. I don't have a computer. I'm literally in the mountains. I'm literally in the mountains, and I'm trying to find an entry to get $2,500. The funny thing is, I just looked at TradingView and I took a short on gold at Power Hour. This is now Friday Power Hour, and I got $2,500, but it still wasn't enough to get above top 200. So unfortunate, I couldn't trade, but hey, I did what I could. All right, 93. Alexa, stop. Alexa, alarm for 7:43 a.m. Peter Chan, what's up? So yeah, my Friday I was hiking and I had to reach out to what's it called? To Peter, not Peter, PR77 and Jesse to see if I could take a trade from my phone. And it was pretty funny. I did make $2,500 on a 5 mini YOLO gold trade, but it still wasn't enough to get me over or back into top 200. So unfortunate. It is what it is. But the funny thing is, between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern, everybody was trading the last 20 spots. Between if you were in 190 or you were 210, everybody kept moving. Everybody was trying to trade, trying to get themselves back into top 200. If they were below top 200, they were trying to trade themselves. But that most of the movement happened between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern for the close. I got myself back up to 195 and then pushed right back down to 206 between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern. It was funny. All right, mega bounce. Looks like it is by the dip. Let's see. All right, let's bring in the, let's look at that 4-hour level on Thursday. If you guys remember, one of my 4-hour levels also was the bounce. And the day I don't take a bounce, look at that. 2 days in a row not taking a bounce. That's all right. It's all right. It's the right thing to do. Price action was to the downside. But look at that 4-hour level. All right, so they're about to do another 4-hour level here. So watch 180. This is another 4-hour level. We got between 200 and 235. We got two levels, a 1-hour level and this magenta line is a 4-hour. The initial magenta touch was a bounce. Are we going to finally get rejection here or continuation to the downside? We're at VWAP too, 167. Or are they going to push right above VWAP? Peter Chan, good to see you, brother. Coop, what's up, brother? Freddie, you got your 5 candles bullish on gold. All right, nice, man. All right, we came to that now 4-hour level and rejected, potentially testing that 200 SMA again. PR77. PR77, I was just sharing the Friday story. Me calling you, I called Jesse, trying to find a trade, and thanks to PR, I took a 5 mini short right at power hour, right after power hour, but it still wasn't enough. I did make about $2,500 on that trade on a YOLO 5 mini gold, but it is what it is. We still made it to, what is it, 206 or 208? I forgot what I ended up at. Julian, what's up? All right, I'm going to wait today. Like I said, I already took a 40-point short pre-market on this channel targeting this pivot point. So I already made 40 points on this short. It's funny to watch my levels, though. They did come to this 4-hour magenta level, the magenta line, and they bounced it right there. Now they're at another one of my 4-hour levels and initial resistance here at this 4-hour level. Now the question is, are they going to push right back up? We're at VWAP, or is that all it needed? A VWAP touch and right back down. Nico, I agree. This is a 4-hour level that served that support and resistance. It's that 25, 180, 200 level. This was prior resistance and support area, right? It's not an exact number, it's an area, but we flew from 4-hour level to 4-hour level. Those magenta lines are 4-hour levels. I was looking for a short, but This is pretty bullish now. So let's see if they hold here. We're at a prior pivot point at 180. Um, they need to hold this for a continuation to the upside. And now the bear thesis is done. But they need to hold up here. Otherwise, we could see a rejection at VWAP and this 4-hour level. 4 minutes for the 15-minute opening range. 15-minute opening range is now between about 230 points. And looks like they're going to push right above that 4-hour level, that magenta line that I got drawn here. Next stop would be 235. Or they bring it right back down. The sentiment is still bearish, but I'll wait for confirmation that we are still in bearish sentiment. I mean, that's a huge 200 points. That's crazy. That's crazy. 200-point bounce there. All right, we're coming to this big support resistance area. This is a 4-hour level, 180, 180 to 200 area. Right now, we're rejecting to the T at this 4-hour level, similar to the prior 4-hour level that we just literally bounced. Let's see if they start bringing this back down or they're going to hold for a continuation to the upside. Now, since we're out of the channel, I got to find a pattern. I was in this pattern earlier, and I did play the momentum short here for about 40 points from 70 down to about 27. That was about 40 points on this short, and I'm up about 800 bucks. So I can be patient now and get picky. All right, that's my alarm for 9:45. We got 2 minutes for 15-minute opening range. Alexa, stop. Looks like they are pushing. No flush below the 9. The 200 SMA is holding, so looks like they're going to continue on to the upside. That was a hell of a short squeeze. They were since 2 a.m. Price went from 350 area all the way down to 25,000. So from 25,350 down to 25,000 since 2 a.m., 350 points in hours. The bulls went right back up 250 points in about 5-10 minutes. Crazy. Crazy. All right, 15-minute open range in 2 minutes. Looks like they're continuing on up. I don't want to get trapped though. I'm going to wait for a little bit. All right, looks like they exaggerated that VWAP and potentially a move to the downside now. But I'll wait for confirmation breaks below here. We got plenty. If they're going to flush this right back down below 25,000, there's plenty of time to find a short, which is what I'm thinking they're going to do. Pretty small pullback, then the same move up, I'm guessing. But after 15 minutes, I'm trying short on NQ on demo. All right, brother. I still think we got a further move to the downside, but it all depends on what happens here at VWAP. They have to hold VWAP on a couple 5-minute candles. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Nico's staying out. I'm staying out. I'm going to watch the 5 minute for a little bit and see what they do. Big picture, we just came to a prior support and resistance area on a bigger picture. So they would still need to push on the 5 minute. We still got to high it up here before we really consider this a turn in direction. I'm still bearish, but I'm going to be flat for now until we see true breaks. Right now, all we did was come back up to support and resistance area. And notice that magenta level holding for now. See what happens. Man, that was a rip. It's crazy how fast that happened. All right, they're pushing right back up again. Tempted to short, but I'm going to wait. $15-minute opening range break about to happen. They're hinting it. Is it going to be a break or a trap? And they flush it. Which way, chat? Trap? Is it a trap and they flush it to the downside? Or are they going to break out from the 15-minute opening range breakout play? Ooh, it looks like they are breaking to the upside. This line right here is the 15-minute opening range high. Peter Chan breakout. All right. There goes the breakout. All right, now we're watching this level right here on 230. Oop, Nvidia. Yeah, I heard Nvidia earnings this week. All right, they broke out. Bulls, wow, a major short squeeze going on right now. That's a no joke short squeeze. Well, looks like the trend has changed again, and this could be a big move up by the dip. 200 points already. Nico might have a short on gold. Let's take a look at Goldilocks. Gold also in a descending channel, coming to the top of that channel. Let's take a look at the 5 minute on gold. It's the 1 minute, and now let's take a look at the 5 minute. 5 minute, it's also in a descending channel. I haven't taken any trades on gold yet. All right, and back to NQ. NQ just pushing right back up. No major pullback yet. So far green. I think the little bit of red that we had, it's a full reversal. Pretty impressive. If you look at the 5-minute Heikinashi, taking a look at that on the chat account, uh, green across the board. So see if we get a pullback and try to hop on along now. And NQ just coming to this 1 hour level, 235. They gotta take a pullback soon. Right, right. I'm guessing right NQ did the same 15 candle. It seems after that I'm going short. SPY, bull flag breakout. Ooh, I came close to trying to short this level. Man, they're pushing. Uh, shorts are shorts are getting crushed on NQ today. I guess it's don't try to counter trade it. So I guess on NQ, it's been the 9 EMA has been your entry for the longs. Every pullback has been bought right back up on this 9, the blue line. Um, I'll wait to see 267, 270 area on NQ. Otherwise, this bears have been pushing price down 300 points since 2 a.m. my time or 4 a.m. Eastern. Bulls pushed it right back up about 300 points in about 20 minutes. Crazy. Crazy. All right, here comes another test of that 9 EMA. Let's see if they buy it right back up like they've done all morning. What a move. Look at the 5-minute candles on NQ. That's insanity. Wow. Look at that. Oh. Bears started at 2 a.m. my time or 4 a.m. Eastern around 25,340. They brought it down all the way down to 25,340 points. Continuous bear move. And look what the Bulls did in less than 20 minutes. Pretty impressive. Short squeeze. Big short squeeze. All right, so I'm waiting for a pullback. Looks like that was the pullback right there again at the 9 EMA. So far, every 9 EMA touch has been a bounce. Let's see if they continue or things change. I agree with you, Nico. The good thing is I already took a 40-point short right here, so I can wait. I can wait a little bit. Nico, as much as I love counter trend, today, actually 2 days in a row, Thursday and Friday, I didn't take a long at a 4 hour level. Today I didn't either. I'm trying to control the habit of counter trend trading. Today it would have played out. Thursday it would have played out, but let's see if I can find a pullback. If now the trend is to the upside and bulls are taking control, let me see if we can get some type of pullback that I can hop on. Otherwise, every pullback to the 9 EMA has been the long so far, right? Right here, right here. Question is, are they fading? Now they are coming to test Friday's high at 295, 300 area. Pretty impressive what they just did. Freddie, Thursday, New York, and Wednesday, Asia session is reversal day for me. Gotcha. Sparta 520, good morning, sir. Sparta, the word is that the Bulls just bounced this like 300 points in 20 minutes. The Bears, for the Bears, it took like 8 hours from 2 a.m. my time or 4 a.m. Eastern, 350 points down. And then the Bulls picked it up at 25,000 and brought it right back up to 235. Pretty impressive. Yeah, like I said, I think we've come to the range from last week. The Bulls that would still have to push above 25,300 to truly change the trend. We're still in a downtrend technically, but let's see. Let's see what happens up here. Sparta, you're in the Ninja Trader Arena competition. Nice, brother. Good luck. All right, here's another touch of that 9 EMA. Is it going to be another clean bounce? Punishing more shorts, or are we finally taking a pullback on NQ? Is this your pullback long entry for the bounce? All right, touching the 20 SMA, potentially testing this 4 hour level that we talked about earlier, that 180. Is that going to be the bounce area, or are they going to start doing what we think it might do, which is come right back down? All right, let's take a look. It's testing the 15-minute opening range high, 190. Let me bring in the 30-minute now. So your what is it? 9:30 to 10 a.m. candle range is 299 points. It's a 300-point range on the 30-minute opening range. This green line and top and bottom of that 30-minute candle. So we have a 30-minute candle, 300 points, taking a pullback up here at this level, 235. Potentially testing that 180 level again. Tricky. They're coming to that 20. Are they going to push right back up or further pullback here? All right, looks like we're coming back down. Potentially test VWAP again. VWAP is all the way down to 71. Um, but I'm still hands off. This is tricky as hell. And the ranges are wide. You're talking about 40, 50 point stops right now with a 30-minute candle with a 300-point range. Either you size down or you take the drawdown. Is this a bull flag right here? Now, if they flush below 145, you guys are watching gold. Let me take a look at gold. Ooh, gold had a nasty flush. 74 entry on that short. All right, NQ starting to stair step down. NQ touching VWAP right now. And Preddy is already in a short. I'm going to wait for another test of that 9 EMA, 20 EMA up here, maybe 210 entry. If I get the short entry, if not, then I'm going to wait. Peter Chan, it looks like a flush. Looks like they're flushing this right back down. That's another 100 points down. Wow. Nasty NASDAQ, you catch it in the wrong direction, you're toast today. That's 100 points right back down already. 298, 140, 254 to 140 already. Ready. Nice, brother. That's a gutsy short. Good job. Good job with that short. Look at that price action right back down, man. Ho, 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 ho. I'm being reserved today. All right, coming to Friday's close at 110 and bouncing for now. I trust in it in Q though. All right, potential bounce right up to the 9 EMA. This area again. Now the question is, are they going to push it right back up or continue their descending channel now? All right, I'm going to try a short here. I'll allow the 9 EMA test. If they start pushing up, then game over. Starting to get bought right back up. All right, here we go. They need to flush below the 200 SMA, otherwise I'm out. If I don't see a strong flush below that 200 SMA, I'll start trailing it. I'm going into profit, so I'm going to start trailing no matter what. Hold on. I'm not taking any drawdown on this one. There's no need to. All right, here we go. This is the make or break area, the 200 SMA break or the bounce. I don't need to wait to find out. I'm looking for the bounce. I'm looking for the flush. If they bounce it, then I'll take a little bit of profit. But I'm keeping it very tight. I'm looking for a strong flush right back down. Tighten it, tighten it, tighten it. Come on, flush it, flush it. Keeping it tighter. The weaker it gets, the stronger potential for the bounce at the 200 SMA. Otherwise, we're flushing downtown. 50-point trade right there. Beautiful flush. Let's go. Let's go. Middle of that channel. Let's go. Look at that trade. What a freaking trade on a rejection of that 9 EMA. And I'm okay if you close me right there, right at the middle of that channel. If you want to keep going, I'll take the win. It wants to keep going. All right, then let's go. I'm trailing it either way. I'm not giving any of it back. Nothing substantial, at least. All right, let's keep going. Come on, keep going. $1,500 on this trade already. All right, out. There you go. You played the rejection right here at the 9 EMA. And how many points did I get on that? I entered at 148. I exited at 72. Patience paid off today, guys. Patience paid off. All right. Waited for that little momentum candle, waited for the pullback. I'm all right. I'm okay with that trade. I like it. And finally taking trades with the trend. But I think there's more downside to this. All right. That's probably, how many points was that? 146 down to 71. So that's about a 75-point trade right there with one mini playing the rejection. All right. Freddie still in his. Oh, you did 2560. That's right. You called 2560 earlier, Freddie. Nice trade. You got right to 59. So I'm assuming you closed. So okay, so things have reversed. So now we're using the 9 EMA as the short entry, right? Once we started seeing this pattern, I was waiting for the next touch, and I front ran that a little bit. So now we're waiting for another touch here, 120, potential continuation to the downside. Now we're in this. So channels, right? I don't draw them here, but I do have them drawn on my other screen. We were in this ascending. We were in that ascending channel for the push up. Then price actions shifted pretty quickly. And now we're in this channel for the downside. Now, if they break out of this, right, they're in and out of channels all day. They can break out of this and start another ascending channel. Ready out 2560. Nice, nicely done, sir. Looks like now, with this volatility, I mean, you have 100-point swings right now in 5-10 minutes. You're in and out of channels, one channel, two channels, and now let's see if they're going to start getting into another channel. Now, overall, though, we are still in a descending channel. If we look at the 5-minute, I don't think that channel has flattened out a little bit. This was a sharper channel, so it is flattening out on a 5-minute, but still in a descending pattern, even with that big move up. All right, now the question is, are they going to get out of this descending or this selling algo and hop right back into a buying algo and build a channel to the upside? When price action is this volatile, they're in and out of channels. My exit was right there at the bottom. I'm looking on this screen over here. My channels or my regression channels are automatic. Now, if they reject again, remember these descending channels we know from bears, right? They come to the 9, potentially touch the 20, and then flush it right back down. If they break out, then that's fine. But usually, when trend has now reversed, you'll see a big flush right back down to the bottom of that channel if the bears can pick it up. Otherwise, they're going to use the 9 to push right back up. This could be the pullback long for continuation above that 30-minute range. So today, I left the counter trend trader in me. Two shorts. Two shorts today. This one was a 40-point trade right before the open. I used continuation on this momentum candle. Similar thing here. Another short on a momentum candle that rejected off of the 9 EMA and played it for about 70 points on that one. All right, now with this volatility, they're in and out of channels. You can't overstay your welcome on these channels. Let's see what they're trying to build here. Potentially, this is the channel they're trying to build, or they look above and fail and they flush it right back down to this pivot point. If they can't get out of this descending channel quickly, meaning they push to the top of this and hold above the 20 SMA, then they're going to flush it right back down to that pivot point to test the pivot point because we had the breakout from the pivot point bounce, but we haven't tested that pivot point yet. All right, let me look at my channels on this one, this screen right here. All right, here comes that potential flush right back down, or they start building this channel now to the upside. Yep, I don't think I think they were not able to build a ascending channel, so they're coming right back into this, and now we can watch for that pivot point test down there at 25,000. Ooh, that's a harsh rejection right there at that 9 EMA. Um, Man, today price is juicy if you're in the right direction. It's ugly if you get caught in the bad direction. All right, testing the top of this descending channel. They're testing, trying to get back in. Bulls trying to deny the re-entry into that selling algo. So far, no 30-minute opening range breakout yet. We're right in the middle. The uh, neon green line or lines, this neon top and this neon bottom, that's the high and low of the opening 30-minute opening range. The 9:30 to 10 a.m. candle, 9:30 to 10 a.m. Eastern candle. Peter Chan. Peter Chan, you know what? I'm going to join you today for the break. Uh, one mini, 4 points, either direction. I can play with a little bit of drawdown even if it goes downhill. So I'm going to join Peter Chan's move today. We're going to be looking at this 30-minute break. Although there is the 10 a.m. to 10:30 candle now, right? So let's take a look at the 10 a.m. to 10:30 candle, which I believe it's this one right here. Hold on. Yep. 10 a.m. to 10:30 candle. Let's bring that one in now. Let's take this one away. Oh, Peter, the break. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Sorry, I read it. All right. So the break potentially is going to be that 954 area. Ooh, hold on. Let me close this real quick. That if they break the 30-minute opening range, they've been some juicy plays to the downside playing those breaks. And Peter is playing the 10 a.m. to 10:30, which would be the one that's forming right now. Yep. So I'm going to leave this one. This is the 10 a.m. to 10:30 candle, which is this high and low on neon green. Let me take a look at some of these GEX levels real quick. So again, this pivot point down here is also on the options chains put support. That was where the bounce happened. These are based on gamma levels or GX levels from the options world. So I'm going to be sharing those for now. Let's take a look at how prices reacted at these levels. We are back below HVL, which means high volatility. All right, here comes that break. Well, no, we still got 9 minutes for that 10 a.m. candle to close. Freddie flushed the low. Yeah, they've been flushing, man. Every break. So we're looking for the break. Let me take a look at this right here. We're right at this level. This right here, which has been support and resistance, coincides with right now where the 30-minute low is. So a flush below 50, forget it. We're going downhill. I think I'm going to lock in my profit for the day. That's over 100 points in two trades today, two shorts. I followed trend today. No counter trend trading. Although in hindsight, this 4 hour level long counter trade would have been juicy. This 4 hour short would have been drawdown, a lot of drawdown, 50 points of drawdown before it played out. So, all right, price coming to continuously test that 9 and the 20. So far, they've rejected to the downside. Let's see if they're going to finally push right back up. The neon green is about 162.30-minute range on the 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. We're about 7 minutes away from closing that candle, which would be this one right here. And that's Peter Chan's signature move, waiting for the break to the upside or to the downside, looking like downside play with a potential entry at 52 for the break. We'll see. And Peter Chan telling us if it breaks the 9:30, oh right, so if it breaks the 9:30 a.m. candle, which is further up, right? Let's bring in that 9:30. Yep. So either one, either break. All right. But looks like price slow down. All right, so far, every rejection after the initial pullback at the 9 and the 20 has been a pullback. So, watching for this break now. All right, here comes this 10:30 a.m. candle low. Well, it still hasn't closed. Freddie looking for the flush. Come on. All right, here comes that price action to the downside. Bear is picking it up. It's taking forever, but I'm thinking we're getting a flush here. I think this is going downtown. Rejection at 25,250. They didn't make it all the way back up to 350. So they got rejected right here at 249. 4 minutes for that 10 a.m. to 10:30 candle to close. Now, I am seeing one of my regression channels shift from descending to ascending. I'm in. I'm watching two regression channels on different setups. One is still in the descending pattern, and it starts slowly creeping to the upside. Let me take a look at the 5 minute. Regression channels are automatically drawn. So the 5 minute is still a descending, but also the angle is a lot less intense. It could be flattening out, so careful with shorts right now until we see the break. This channel has completely flattened out. It's called a regression channel. That's automatic by Quantower. I don't draw those channels. Um, that's a indicator on Quantower in terms of price direction for the last 3 hours. Huh. And it flattened out pretty quickly. On my other chart, I already have an ascending channel forming. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, potential pullback right around here, down to 110 again. So we're at 140. Let's see if they break out of that top or continue to play the range and back down to 110. Peter Chan, 5 minute just made a leg up. Yeah, I think the channel has shifted. Let's take a look at the Ikenashi candles. I'm monitoring that on the 5 minute NQ Hikanashi. We obviously had that big move up, we had that move down, and now potential reversal in direction again. One 5 minute just closed green on the 5 minute Hikanashi, so monitoring that. All right, we're still at the top. I'm getting a signal that a potential pullback to that 130 area to test this 9 EMA here. Let's see if they come back down or they're going to break out. Test of 130 right there. There it is. Boom, they wicked it. But they did touch 130 right there. Okay, so that pullback. Let's see if they continue down or they use that now to bounce. Tricky little chop zone right here. I'm glad I'm in the green and not needing to trade right now, but that's a tricky little chop zone right there. That's also where now the channel is completely flattened. So remember, I don't move this overall channel. This is a regression channel. This is automatic. If you guys remember when I took the short, this channel was a sharp angle to the downside. Now it's flattened out. That means price action is reversing. Now, it could go back into a descending channel, but usually when it flattens out, then it starts building a ascending channel. Again, one of my other charts is already showing an ascending channel, so interesting what happens here at VWAP. They're trying to push above VWAP, which is what? 158 and getting rejected. All right, so the 10 a.m. to 10:30 candle now is closed. It's a 162-point range on that 30-minute candle. That's the 10 a.m. to 10:30. The break to the downside would be below 53. The break to the upside would be above 215. I think I'm still short biased and potential break below 54 down to test this pivot point and current session lows, or today's low. Today's current session low. But right now we're in this chop zone right here. Look at these candles, man. These candles are death. That's a 50-point 1-minute candle. At 10:33 a.m., we're still getting 50-point 1-minute candles. 137 all the way down to 80. Careful, boys. Size down. Careful with those minis. All right, here comes the break for Peter Chan, 54. I'm going to chicken out of this one today. Peter Chan taking that 54 break right here for about 4 or 5 points. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. And that bottom of that the green candle right there, 53 for a quick short for about 4 or 5 points down to about 49. Here it comes. Here it comes. There's the 30-minute break right there. About to happen. It's going to be a flush. Can they flush it? This is going to be a nasty flush to the downside. Potentially all the way down to the pivot point. Or are they trapping? Ooh, they're playing this range. They're playing this chop right now. Ooh, ugly. All right, so the chop continues. This is an ugly chop from 61 all the way up to 142. Yep, Freddie. It looks like range. This range right here, 60 to 140. About 80-point range up and down. See if they can build this up and flush it. Peter Chan letting us know that 53.25 will be his entry on a short, and he goes for about 4 or 5 points with size, with 2 or 3 minis. So 53.25. All right, NQ ranging right now. I'm okay with my cover here. Here they come again. If they flush, forget about 5 points. That's going to be a juicy short to the downside, but I'm not taking it. I'm locking in my profits. 2 shorts today, one for, 30 points, or the other one for 75 points. I think I'm good. Took 100 points on a short today, or 2 shorts on NQ. Not messing with it. When I start messing with it is when I give it all back. Peter Chan, 6 points, 2 cons, man. With this volatility, I think your 6 points is going to be rock solid. We just saw a 50-point flush candle. This is a 50-point 1-minute candle right here at 10:30 a.m. So market is still volatile, man. They look small, but man, these candles are death candles, bro. Homeless candle if you're on the wrong side. All right, here they come back down. That flush, looking for that flush of 53.50, 53.25 is Peter Chan's entry for about, he's going for 6 points with, how much did you say? 2 cons. Corey the Scalper in the house. Corey the Scalper. Yeah, dude, today you got to be careful with those minis, man. It's micros day. My $21 is gone now. Alright. It's a 25K, so you're that's an easy one to, recover, Corey. Good to see you, though. Happy Monday, bro. Alright, here they come. They're coming back down. No flush. No flush yet. Oh, they're playing that range, guys. That's nasty. Nico still doing nothing. Freddie, I think did you say you got stopped out? Oh, hunted. Now you hunted your stop. Okay. I think the play, guys. Peter Chan's break here will be the play if they for the short. That otherwise they're going to chop here for a little bit longer. All right, here they come for that break. Peter Chan is in at, or will be in at 53.25 for about 6 points is his target with two minis. I'm thinking that if they break this green line right here, that's the bottom of that 30-minute candle, there's continuation to the downside on that. That would be breaking out of that range. But let's see. Nico, I agree. If they start bringing this down, there's a big move potential below 950. There's a lot of weak structure below that. I think I'm going to lock in my profits for the day, but there's plenty of room for a short if they start breaking down below this area. I think there is a quick play going to play out here. The break of that 953 area, potentially right down to this pivot point. Here it comes, Peter Chan. Peter Chan is locked and loaded at 53.25 entry on his short. Here they come. Watch that green line. 53.25 for 6 points there. I think it's going to be way more than that, but let's see. No, they're still playing the range. Ooh, big candle to the downside. Big candle. Are we going to see a nice 50-point juicy candle to the downside right here on this break? Let's see. Or are they going to trap everybody and rip it right back up? Come on. Nice little candle to end this stream right here. And the wait continues. tempted to short this, but I got to do the right thing and lock it in. All right, here they come. Now they're coming hard. All right, here's the break. No, no break. No break. You guys are used to hearing me say no bounce, no bounce. Today it's no break, no break. Come on, dump it. I want it. Yeah, they're protecting 953 like it's 61. They have not been able to flush 61. But if they do flush this, which it looks like they do, I think that's going to be a very juicy play to the downside. But got to wait for the break. Peter is waiting for the break at 953. Stubborn. I mean, if they rip this back up here, that's nasty. It looks like they are going to do it. Wow. Wow. Playing the range. And it's 100-point range, right? 58. What's the bottom of this? 60. Let's call it 60 all the way to 140. So 80-point range right now. That's dirty, man. That's dirty. If you get caught at the bottom, that's bad. If you get caught at the top trying to long it and there's no breakout, that's bad. So this is one of those scenarios. Wait for the break for either direction. It looks like, NQ doing some dirty right now. Coming to test the top of that range. That was nasty. Almost. All right, top of this range is at 140. Peter Chan reminding us, got to wait for the break. I agree. Got to wait for the break for either direction. Look at that. I honestly thought they were going to break it right there. And look, they ripped it right back up. 50 points. Ouch. So until this range breaks, don't mess with it. The overall regression channel is still flat. Peter Chan, oh. Now, if they ripped everybody right back up and now they flush it, that's dirty. Like I said, to be honest with you, I thought they were going to break right here. That is brutal. Brutal push right back up. Now, if they bring it quickly all the way down, then I think that's where your break is going to happen. That could be a juicy short. But let's see. Wait for the break either way. And looks like they're going to break to the upside. Wow. Change of events here. Freddie hedging. It's a tricky one because let's say if I was in a short down here My DCA would be right here. In other words, I would add, but then I would have to have a really tight stop and lose the entire play here. So, are you hedging or are you DCA'd? In other words, you added up here. Um, Adding at the top of the range, the only would be the safe hedge there, as long as they don't break out. If they break out, then yeah, I would have to close. But crazy if they break out here. Now the 15-minute is not looking good, man. The 15-minute has some crazy wicks to the downside. And Peter Chan, yeah. Oh, they break out of this. You're right. We've been looking at the short down here, but if they break out of this top, then that's the long right there. Wow. Nico telling us they're going for limit orders up here at the top. That was nasty what they just did. But that's NQ for you. 80-point range right now. Nico, limit shorts at 332. Look at those 15-minute candles, man. We just had a doji on the last 15-minute was a doji, but the last three 50-minute candles wicks to the downside. All right, let's go for that retest, Preddy. Get you out of that trade. There you go, brother. There you go. There you go. Nasty NASDAQ playing that range to the top, right back down. All right. Come on, let's go. Now Peter Chan's play at 53, potentially now the break to the downside. That was the trap. That was the trap for longs. Let's see if they flush it and now give the play that everybody's waiting for is the flush below 53. Oh, that's right. You're looking at the 10 to 10:30 a.m. candle now. In profit. Let's go, Freddie. Good for you, brother. That was a nice play, saving the trade with a DCA at the top of the range. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. That's how you defend a bad trade in a range. DCA at the extend at the opposite opposite extreme. I remember I did that on a stream once, and I was like, "All right, I'm going to play a defensive play here." Ended up going against me. It killed me, but as long as you're tight on your stop, you can get away with the range play. There you go. Nicely done, Preddy. Good trade, brother. Good defense on that trade. All right, here they come down now. Potential break finally. I may take the short here with Peter. I'm just nervous about this whiplash though. That was a 50 points in 2 minutes right there. Oh, these price movements are insane, man. Look at the 5 minute. The 5 minute is just barcoding. Wow. Look at the barcoding on that 5 minute right there. Wait for that 5 minute break. upside or downside. There's a juicy play. I don't know which way, but till that range breaks, stay out. All right, here they come. Man, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to put a short here. I mean, how bad could it go? 53. I'll give it 70. That would be. I'd have to give it 30 points on a bounce if they decide to rip it right back up. Freddie trailing your stop. Good, brother. Peter Chan. Yeah, man, it just doesn't want to break. Doesn't want to break. Not trusting this price action today, especially in this zone. Right back up. Forget it. I'm not touching that. Not touching that. Look at that. Nico, it's just ranging. Yeah, and it's a dangerous range. 80 points if you try to hold for the break on either direction. So I think we're just gonna have to wait for the break. Otherwise, playing with fire. So it's in an 80-point range, 60 all the way up to 140. That's the range we're playing, and it's trapping. It's trapping. 5 minute in a major correction. I'm looking at the Heikinashi 5 minute. This is what that looks like. Just barcoding, wicks up, wicks down, and no direction yet on the 5 minute. And we're still technically in the middle of this 80-point range. We're starting to push up again. But we start breaking out above 140, then bulls win. All right, here they come again. Still in the middle of that range. Nico, range for accumulation before up or sideways accumulation before down. Yeah. It all depends on what happens with this range. Are they going to break to the downside or break to the upside? Till then, you're playing that range. Chopping. chopping, looking like it wants to break again. Hinted a breakout to the upside, and now right back down. All right, this 5 minute candle looks pretty bearish now. Uh-oh. Their rejection. This is a big rejection up here now. This could be it, guys. This could be it. Let's see. Do I want to set this break? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to play the break of that 54. Nope, they pushed right back up. Never mind. I was looking for a continuation on that one. So I'm watching for continuation, but should have been 1, 2, 3 candles for the break, and they did right the opposite. 2 candles and a bounce. Oh, maybe it is the third candle is the break. Let's see. Nah, it's too choppy. That should have been your third candle break right there. That should have been the break candle on this range. Why they're doing this, I don't know, but that should have been the clear. Oof. Oh, there it is. There it is. Are they gonna break? Are they gonna break? Peter, I'm so tempted to join you on your short here, but it's just this price action, man. Risky as hell. There it is. It's about to break. And no cigar yet. Yeah, no, they're not doing it. They're not doing clean breaks. They're messing with everybody. I'm gonna stay out of that one. All right, let's do what's the 10, what is it? 9 a.m., 8:30 to 10 a.m. What does that candle look like, Peter? Let me see. All right, so there's your 8:30, I'm sorry, 10:30 to 11 a.m. 30-minute opening range. The break would be 58. All right, looks like they're finally coming down for it. All right, they're coming down for it. I can't take it. Not with this volatility. It looks like they're going to break it right there. 58 would be the break to the downside. Can they continue? And yep, that was the break. See, they mess with you all day, and then they finally give it to you. You don't take it. Here's the break. Oh, and they wicked it right back up. There it is. All right, guys, that's it for today. Finally broke the range, and I guess downtown she goes. Peter, did you catch that one? I'm sure Peter just walked out in some nice green on that break. Took 5 with 4 cons. There you go, brother. Nicely done. All right, guys, there you go. That's the break. I'm sure there's further downside to this. Nicely done, Peter. There was your break candle for sure. And I'm calling it. I'm locking into profit. 2 shorts today. And it looks like price action is going to go further down today. Complete reversal on that opening move. All right, guys. Appreciate you. I'll see you guys tonight. Uh, Peter Chan. Yeah, no, that was a nice break. I thought that was a clean one. That was a nice little break for you. So good stuff. Pretty good stuff, bro, on your shorts, right? You caught a nice little short earlier. Nico, I think you're still waiting. And I'll see you guys tonight for Asia or tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for those of you that trade only New York. If not, I'll see you guys definitely tonight. All right, guys, have a good one. Appreciate you all. Laters.